Oh, my God. The familiar nasal voice cut through the coffee shop like a chainsaw through butter. 5 heads whipped around in unified horror while Chandler's coffee cup froze halfway to his mouth. Chandler Bing! Janice exclaimed, crossing Central Perk with her signature staccato laugh trailing behind her. What are the chances? I just moved back to the city after my divorce was finalized. About the same as my chances of escaping through that tiny bathroom window, Chandler muttered, but plastered on a smile. Janice, what a sound to hear again. Joey leaned in. Run, man. I'll create a diversion. But something was different this time. As Janice settled beside him on the orange couch, explaining how her ex-husband had cheated on her with his secretary, so predictable, right? Chandler found himself actually listening. There was a vulnerability beneath her loud exterior he'd never noticed before. So anyway, she finished, dabbing at mascara-tinged tears. I'm starting over. New apartment, new job in publishing, new Janice. She attempted a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. Well, Chandler said, surprising himself, how about a cup of coffee to celebrate new beginnings? Across the coffee table, Monica's eyebrows shot up so high they nearly disappeared into her hairline. 6 months later. She's still here, Joey whined, pacing Chandler and Joey's apartment where the gang had gathered for pizza night. It's been 6 months, Chandler. 6 months. I know, I was there, Chandler replied, straightening the napkins Monica had arranged. And honestly, it's good. Rachel nearly choked on her wine. Good. With Janice, the woman whose laugh once made you hide in a storage box. People change, Chandler defended. She's actually pretty amazing once you get to know her. She's smart, she's supportive, and she doesn't mind my, Chandler-ness. Oh, honey, Monica said, patting his arm. That's just because she hasn't fully experienced your Chandler-ness yet. The door burst open, and Janice entered carrying a bakery box. Hello, my fellow friends. I brought cheesecake from Junior's. Joey's face performed an impressive transformation from annoyance to delight. Maybe she's not so bad, he whispered to Phoebe. I've been saying that, Phoebe replied. Her aura has mellowed from screaming magenta to a pleasant mauve. Later that night, as Chandler walked Janice to her apartment, she turned to him. They still hate me, don't they? What? No. Chandler's voice trailed off at her knowing look. Chandler, I may be loud, but I'm not stupid. They don't hate you, he said honestly. They just don't understand this. Us. Hell, sometimes I don't either. But I'm happier with you than I've been in a long time. Janice's smile was softer than her usual wide grin. Me too. And hey, Joey took 3 slices of my cheesecake. That's progress. The fallout. What do you mean you're moving in with her? Monica exclaimed, her voice hitting a pitch that made the glasses in her cabinet vibrate. It's been a year, Chandler explained, helping himself to a cookie from Monica's jar. It makes sense. We're good together. But what about Joey? What about game nights? What about us? Monica gestured around her apartment. Chandler looked confused. You'll still see me all the time. I'm just moving across the hall. Across town, Monica corrected. To the Upper West Side. Might as well be New Jersey. Joey entered, his face uncharacteristically serious. So it's true? You're leaving me for Janice. I'm not leaving you, Joe. I'm just moving in with my girlfriend. Your girlfriend with the most annoying laugh in the universe, Joey added. Hey, Chandler's voice hardened. That's enough. I get that Janice isn't everyone's favorite person, but she's mine. And honestly, I'm getting tired of defending my relationship to my supposed best friends. He walked out, leaving a stunned silence behind him. Phoebe, who had been quietly strumming her guitar in the corner, spoke up. You guys know he's right, don't you? We've been pretty awful about this whole thing. But it's Janice, Rachel said, as if that explained everything. No, it's Chandler's girlfriend, Phoebe corrected. And he's happier than I've seen him, well, ever. His aura is practically glowing. Monica sank onto her couch. I just miss how things were. Things always change, Mon, Ross said gently. Remember how weird it was when Rachel first moved in with you? Or when Joey moved across the hall? Or when Ross got married for the first time? Rachel added with a smirk. Or the second time, Joey chimed in. Or that Vegas thing, Phoebe finished. Okay, we get it. I make poor life choices, Ross interrupted. The point is, maybe we need to give Janice another chance. For Chandler, Season 6, The Wedding. I can't believe you asked Janice to be one of your bridesmaids, Rachel whispered to Monica as they prepared for the final fitting. Monica adjusted her wedding veil. Well, she is dating the best man. And honestly, she's grown on me. Like a fungus, but still. The door opened and Janice entered, wearing the burgundy bridesmaid dress that Monica had selected. Monica, you look like a princess. Oh my God! But the shriek that had once made Monica cringe now made her smile. Over the past year, as she planned her wedding to Richard, Janice had been surprisingly helpful, organizing the bridal shower, managing vendor calls, and most importantly, keeping Chandler from freaking out about his best man duties. You don't look so bad yourself, Monica replied. Thanks for handling the florist mix-up yesterday. Please, after surviving publishing house drama for a decade, wedding emergencies are a piece of cake. At the rehearsal dinner that night, Joey clinked his glass for attention. I'd like to make a toast, he announced. To Chandler and Janice. Chandler looked up in surprise. I was wrong about you guys, Joey continued. And I'm man enough to admit it. Janice, you make my best friend happy, and you've somehow managed to organize this rehearsal dinner while keeping Monica from having a nuclear meltdown over the seating chart. It wasn't easy, Janice stage whispered, prompting laughs. So here's to you guys. And Janice, I'm sorry for all the times I made faces behind your back. Oh, please. Janice waved her hand. I knew about those. I was just waiting for you to grow up. She punctuated this with her signature laugh, but somehow, it didn't sound quite as grating anymore. The changes. Are you sure about this? Chandler asked, staring at the adoption papers spread across their dining table. Janice squeezed his hand. I've never been more sure about anything. After 2 years of trying, maybe this is the universe telling us there's a child out there who needs us. Chandler's face was a mixture of terror and hope. Me? A father? You've met me, right? I've more than met you, Chandler Bing. I know you. And you're going to be an amazing dad. When they shared the news with the group at Central Perk, Monica was the first to hug them both. You guys are going to be wonderful parents, she said, her eyes suspiciously bright. Richard and I have been talking about starting our own family too. Ross, now happily co-parenting Emma with Rachel, offered unsolicited parenting advice until Rachel shushed him. Just remember, whatever Ross says, do the opposite and your kid will be fine. Hey! Ross protested. Phoebe, pregnant with her second child with Mike, just smiled knowingly. The universe is bringing you exactly the child you're meant to have. I can feel it. Joey, now a regular on Days of Our Lives, promised to get the baby its first acting gig. Dr. Drake Ramaray needs a long-lost child. I'll talk to the writers. As they all laughed and planned, Chandler caught Janice's eye across the coffee table. Who would have thought that the woman he once escaped by faking a transfer to Yemen would become his partner in building a family? The finale. Happy anniversary, Chandler whispered, handing Janice a small wrapped box as they sat on their balcony overlooking Central Park. Their adopted daughter, Sophie, was having a sleepover at Monica and Richard's with her son. 7 years. Janice marveled, unwrapping the gift to reveal a charm bracelet. 1 charm for each year. And room for many more, Chandler confirmed. Though I'll need to get a job soon to afford them. Being a stay-at-home dad while you run your publishing empire has been amazing, but Sophie's starting school in the fall. Actually, Janice said, her voice uncharacteristically hesitant, I have an anniversary surprise too. She handed him an envelope. Inside was a manuscript title page, the one where everything changed, a novel by Chandler Bing. What is this? He asked. Your book, silly. The one you've been writing at night when you think I'm asleep. I found it, and I showed it to my fiction department. They want to publish it. Chandler. They think it's brilliant. Chandler was speechless, a rare occurrence. All those years making jokes to keep people at a distance, Janice continued, when what you really needed was to tell stories. Your stories. I don't know what to say. Say you'll let me publish it. Say you'll finally believe you're as talented as I've always known you were. As Chandler pulled Janice into a kiss, he reflected on how differently his life had turned out from what he'd expected. No one, least of all him, would have bet on Janice being his happy ending. But here they were, with a beautiful daughter, careers they loved, and a group of friends who had become family. Later that month, they all gathered in the old apartment above Central Perk that now belonged to Joey whenever he wasn't in L.A. Sophie and Monica's son chased each other around the living room while the adults reminisced. "Remember when we all thought Chandler and Monica would end up together?" Rachel mused, cuddled up with Ross on the couch. "Please," Monica scoffed from her place beside Richard. "Chandler and I would have killed each other within a year. Or I would have run away to Yemen for real," Chandler added, his arm around Janice's shoulders. "Face it, Bing," Janice said, poking him playfully. "You tried running away from me for years, and look how that turned out." "Yeah," Chandler agreed, looking around at his chosen family. "Look how that turned out." As they clinked glasses, Joey raised his voice. "So, no one told you life was going to be this way." He began singing, and as they all joined in, clapping at the familiar beats, Chandler realized that sometimes the most unexpected path leads exactly where you're supposed to be. "Oh, my God, indeed,"